everybody, it's Jenni from chronicbabe.com, and you're here for another AWAP Wednesday. This is my weekly video series, and AWAP stands for as well as possible. And in everything I do with Chronic Babe, it's really meant to teach you to be AWAP, no matter what. This week's question is from a reader. She asks, my question is about identity. When physical and mental limitations prevent us from being ourselves, how do we stay fulfilled and true to ourselves? I used to rock climb with teens, play tag with 4-year-olds while raising their life skills, and then bam, EDS and FMS. I'm trying to find a new way to climb and work with youths using my ongoing physics degrees and creative skills. So first, reader, I want to applaud you because you say right at the end of your question that you are trying to find different ways to do the things that you love doing. And I think that's fantastic. That's what we all have to do as chronic babes. One of the first things we lose when we get sick is our grounding, our foundation in who we are, because suddenly we're stuck in a body that doesn't feel like us. We feel like foreign beings. We feel like we are just simply not ourselves anymore. So that is a huge rug to get yanked out from underneath your feet. And then on top of that, to add insult to injury, a lot of us have limitations that make us have to rethink how we behave in the world, the work we do, how we function with our families and our friends, how we travel, how we make love, how we practice our hobbies, how we do yoga. I mean, everything has to get realigned. So the one thing I really want to get across today in answer to this question is that it's not necessarily those things that you have or do that define you, that make you who you are. It's the values and qualities that you possess internally that drive you to do those things. So no one can take those things away from you. You say you work with kids. Well, I don't think that you just have a passion for rock climbing. I think you have a passion for helping kids, and you have some kind of qualities that you use to help them. No one can take those away from you. They're still within you. So I'm glad that you're really trying to tap into other ways that you can use those same qualities and those values that are driving you to continue your work in just a different form. So let's use my life as an example, as I often do, because I'm a narcissist. No, because I can only really tell you from where I'm coming from. I'm a writer. I'm a lifelong writer. I used to sit for hours, I mean like 12, 13 hours at a stretch at the computer writing. Well, I can't do that anymore. I have all kinds of pain in my hands. I broke my wrist a few years ago and I have a little bit of trouble with it. So I can still be a writer, but I had to reevaluate what being a writer was. Now, the values, the passion that drives me to be a writer, the values are I love to help people tell stories. I feel like there's social justice work that I need to do in this world. I feel like I'm really good at teaching people. I love to write and it's a lot of fun and it really like teases out a lot of creativity in me. So I really try to examine where those values and qualities and skills are. Instead of thinking of myself as a writer who's plunking away at a keyboard all day, I can think about my passion for storytelling and use that to, for example, consult with companies and help them refine their messages so they're reaching people in a more clear and effective way. Or run a teaching workshop where I'm helping people learn how to blog or learn how to write for social media. I'm taking those same passions and skills and qualities that drive me to be a writer, that made me be a writer in the first place, and just applying them in a different way that is way more physically and mentally doable for me. So that's one example for you. So yes, there are practical things that you'll probably have to rethink when you get sick. But those values and passions, those qualities and skills that are within you, they don't go anywhere. No one can take those away from you. But it's up to you to stay tapped into them and identify them and honor them in the things that you are able to do. So I'm curious, how about you? What are your passions? What are the things that drive you? As a little bit of an exercise, you may want to sit and think, well, I do X activity, but what's the thing that makes me do that activity? and write some of those out, because as you start to move through your life as a chronic babe, if you have physical limitations, but if you know what the internal qualities and values are that drive you to do those things, you can apply those same ideas to all other kinds of activities and get that really intense level of fulfillment that you want and that I really want for you. Are you feeling stuck? If so, I would really encourage you to tell your story in the comments below. We average like a dozen comments per story right now. We're starting to really build a much stronger sense of community, and I would love for you to tell your story there, because I think that I and your fellow chronic babes could help you get unstuck, could help you brainstorm some ways to make sure that you're feeling really fulfilled in your life. So did you like this video? I hope you did. If so, please like it here on Facebook, and please share it with your friends across all your social media channels, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Kick. I don't know, there's too many now. I can't keep track. All right, so I hope you had a great time this week. Until we meet again, be AWAP. Mwah. Let me get movie star beautiful. Wait, I should do it again.